Alright, hey there, Smash World Forums. This is Final Arc. We are Fatal, Fires the Hedgehog, and I are running a podcast for this year's E3. We'll be recapping all of the press conferences that just took place.
Hey, my name is Fado. I'm currently the moderator of the Lighthouse at Smashboards.
And I'm Fyrus, currently the moderator of Poke Center on Smashboards.
And I am not a moderator. So, Microsoft's E3 conference. That was
Yeah. Well, can I start this
yeah,
off?
go for this. Just go for it.
I would say that they did better than last year, only because of the end when they dropped the announcement of Halo 4. Because most of their conference was pretty lame, like with the Kinect games and all that stuff. I was also expecting some new like Xbox Live features, such as over 100 friends list, maybe a new type of membership and other stuff like that.
Yeah, I think they focused way too much on Kinect again this year. And honestly, for me, the only thing that really made that conference worth watching was the Anniversary Collection re-release, or not Anniversary Collection, the remake for Halo Combat Evolved, and I guess Halo 4 is alright, but kind of feel like...
I was kind of well, when they first announced the Combat Evolved anniversary remake, I was excited, but then later on when I read that it wasn't going to go have online multiplayer, then my hype level just dropped to zero because I used to go play that game on my PC a lot, like online, and it was loads of fun.
I don't know, I'm just hoping for... if it has local multiplayer, it should be fine since I don't play online that often anyway.
Yeah, it does. It has LAN, split screen, and system link, and also online co-op.
I'm sure eventually they'll patch in multiplayer. They'll make you pay for it through DLC or some crap like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. What are your guys' opinions on Halo 4? I think that it will be good, even though Bungie isn't working on it anymore.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Halo's like a dying franchise. Like once Modern Warfare came off and knocked it off of the FPS throne, it's just kind of been slowly in decline since then.
Yeah, but hundreds of thousands of players still unplayed though. So yeah, it's still pretty popular on Xbox Live.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Halo 4 is kind of moot point right now. I mean, maybe they wait till like next gen, but with Call of Duty, it just doesn't really seem like there's much of a point making a Halo 4 right now.
Well, here's my line of thinking. I think that they had to go announce Halo 4 because that's what the Xbox has. Like, it wouldn't look good next E3 if they had no big announcement like Halo.
Yeah, well, I don't know. They just focus way too much on Kinect. I mean, they need to understand that nobody likes Kinect. I've met anybody who enjoys it.
Yeah, I really, really hated how it's seeping into our games like Mass Effect 3 and Ghost Recon a Future Soldier. Like, come on, every game does not need Kinect.
I don't know, I feel like if it's optional, it really doesn't bother me, but I just feel like they focus just way too much on that this year.
Isn't the point of Kinect isn't it aimed towards casuals? Do you think casuals they will buy Ghost Recon or Mass Effect 3?
Probably not. Fyrus, what were you saying?
I feel like Microsoft is just behind the times here because motion sensor was a big thing when the Wii came out, and since then it's kind of died. I mean, the Wii isn't a huge sensation anymore with the motion sensor, and Microsoft and Sony relate with their motion sensor development as it is, except it seems like Microsoft didn't really figure out that motion sensor isn't the big thing anymore, and now they're still focusing on it, which really is hindering.
It's really hurting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It is pretty successful. It's sold more than the PS Move by 1 million.
Yeah, well, the PS Move's a Wii ripoff. Straight and simple.
Yeah. Well, I think that Microsoft started it off good with the 10-minute demo of Modern Warfare 3. I was pretty pumped for that.
Now, as most people might know, Call of Duty really isn't my thing, so I really wasn't all that excited by it. but I don't know. I felt like they just could have done a lot better if they just realized that, motion sensing, like Fyra said, isn't the big thing anymore.
Yeah, how would you guys rate Microsoft's conference?
I think I'd give it like a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I would probably give them a 3 out of 5. They had saved themselves at the end with the Halo 4 announcement.
I think I'm going to go with Final Arc's assessment of a 2 out of 5. I think even with the positive aspects, I think they just really dwelled too much on stuff that people didn't care about, and I don't think they.
Yeah, like when they used Sesame Street as their big announcement from Double Fine Studios.
Yeah.
Like when he walked on stage, I was expecting like a Brutal Legend sequel or something like that, but instead it's just Sesame Street for Connect. And honestly, who watches the E3 press conferences for that?
Yeah, that wasn't a smart move in my opinion. I was also expecting a price drop for the 360, but we didn't get one this year.
I don't know. I was really hoping for at least like them hinting at a 720, but the Xbox 720. But I don't know. I just feel like that they need to just back off from Kinect and start focusing on the things that made the Xbox famous in the first place.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to go out into a market that's basically dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next up was Sony. How did you guys think they did?
I think they did okay. The only thing which blew me away during their conference, it was that PS Vita's price.
I don't know. I was thoroughly impressed by them, except for that. They like focused on Move for like 20 minutes. That was pretty boring.
Yeah. Once I saw its Move, I kind of zoned out. I was like, yeah, no one's really interested in this.
Yeah, actually, there was. It's funny because when they showed the trailer for BioShock Infinite, they one of the guys from I think it was like who publishes BioShock 2K. Yeah. One of the guys from 2K came on stage, and he's like talking about like how amazing BioShock Infinite will be with Move. You can tell that he's totally faking it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Obviously, you could totally see it through him.
Yeah, and then there was that one guy. They had that like Legend of Zelda kind of like Move thing they had. And I remember the guy up there, you could tell that he just really did not care about this game at all. So that was... But other than that, I thought they did really good. They did a good job at showing off some of their exclusives. Like, Resistance 3 looks like it's going to be closer to Resistance 1 in gameplay. For that, I'm thankful. Uncharted 3 looks really good. I was kind of disappointed that there wasn't any Twisted Metal, but I was thoroughly impressed with the Vita.
I was really crushed when Kevin Butler didn't make an appearance.
Yeah, I guess.
What do you guys think of the PS Vita's name?
At first, I didn't like it, but it's really growing on me now.
Why couldn't they just call it the PSP 2? Like, come on.
Well, it helps distinguish it, make it its own thing instead of just being another rendition of the PSP, and that,
Yeah.
Especially since, the PSP has, kind of had some iffy reception at times, so, this makes it its own new thing, and then, it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, there will obviously be comparisons because it is the sequel to the PSP, but it helps distinguish it.
Yeah, it was like when Nintendo decided to name the Nintendo DS instead of making it another Game Boy, so...
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm really impressed with it, especially the price tag, because I was expecting somewhere like $400 for this thing, but $250 for a basic model, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it gives Nintendo they're in trouble, in my opinion.
Yeah, the 3DS had a lot of hype at release, and then it's sort of like it's taken a while to get off the ground because the titles aren't. There may be a lot of titles set up for release, but they haven't come out yet, and so now, they're kind of lagging behind, and the Vita looks like it really could compete with the 3DS.
Yeah, I mean,
price.
not only is it not only does it have superior hardware and more features, but it's also cheaper for a basic model. So, and it's the same price if you want one with the like 3G network or something like that.
No, and the
What was it?
3G is like free $100.
Yeah, $300 for the 3G, and 3DS is 300. So,
No, isn't the 3DS 250?
isn't I'm pretty sure it's 300.
I think
I
it is
thought-
250 actually. I think because I think it's the same price as when the Wii came out.
Alrighty. Well, still, I mean, I still think that the Vita actually has a really strong chance of competing with the 3DS.
Yeah.
And Nintendo's lineup is mostly just Nintendo 64 remakes, which I'm sure like people who grew up with the Nintendo 64 will love. But other than that, there really isn't that much coming out for it.
Yes, there is. On the 19th, on the Ocarina of Time remake is coming out. I am so pumped for that.
Yeah, whatever.
So how would you guys rate Sony's conference?
I give them a 4 out of 5 because I was really impressed with the Vita. And aside from the really extensive move segment, which was really boring, I thought they did a really good job with presenting their exclusives and presenting the Vita.
Yeah, me too. I would give them a 4 out of 5 for this year's conference.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw the 4 out of 5. I think Sony did a good job this year.
Yeah.
All right, so moving on to the final one.
The Nintendo. Elephant in the room, the Wii U. First of all, stupidest name they could have given a console.
I'm still really hoping that it's a prototype name, like the Revolution, and it's gonna get changed. But somehow I have the terrible feeling it won't.
Yeah, nothing is final. Like they could totally change up its specs and the controller by next year, right?
Yeah, for all we know, it's a year away and it could get delayed, but I don't know. When I first saw it, they did a really bad job at explaining it, because when the trailer first came on, I actually thought it was just a new controller for the Wii.
Yeah, I saw the thread on Smashboards, and there was like all this confusion on, everyone was going back and forth, like it's just a controller. I was expecting a console, like a couple solid pages of that until, finally they...
Well, they didn't even show the actual console there. The whole presentation was focused on the controller. I had to go to IGN just to see what the console looks like.
Yeah. Like the controller, it looks like a big Game Gear in my opinion.
I don't know. I'm not really sure if I like the positioning of the sticks. Like, it's right above the D-pad and the buttons, and it's way high up there on the controller.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be kind of awkward to her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about the Wii U yet, because like the whole presentation was just focused on the controller, and it looked very casual centered. And I mean, they got like the whole like supposedly like hardcore lineup with like Arkham City, which looks great by the way, and like Darksiders 2 as launch titles. I mean, honestly, I don't like how much it focuses on the controller, because I don't want another console that revolves around a gimmick like the Wii did.
I agree. I think that Nintendo needs to focus more on the games and being innovative with their games again, because I think that's really what they did best. It's when they started focusing on the gimmicks that they just got.
Yeah.
Like,
but at least they're focusing on more third party support, right?
Yeah, well, that is nice, because third party support has always been something Nintendo struggled with.
Yeah.
Since, every other company in the world's better at handling third parties than they are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I totally agree with you on that.
I don't know. I just really don't know how I feel about it at this point. The controller just looks really uncomfortable to hold. It's like the backside.
I'm waiting for the price announcement. Like honestly, I want to know how much it will cost us.
Yeah, that worries me a lot, because I mean the Wii. Granted, you ended up spending a total of like $60 for the Wii controller between the Wii mode and the nunchuck. But I mean, the Wii was pretty expensive, and the Wii just had motion sensor. I mean, the
Wii was only $250 at launch, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, but the controller was expensive.
Yeah, it was.
Like these controllers look ridiculous. Like I can only imagine. And so maybe the console, even if the console isn't as much, I'm kind of worried about the price of the controller is going out of control. I wish they had said something about the price, because that seems like it's, with all this technology that they're using, it seems like that's a matter of some concern, and it seems like something they should have talked about.